Hi, today I want to take you through tasks, the task calendar, and predecessor tasks, just to show you how you can manage recurring tasks within a job. You can manage contractors or staff, you can allocate tasks to the right people, and you can move those tasks seamlessly when something happens on a job. So, I've got a job here at 65 Main Street, Greensboro, and I need to install a shed on it. What I've done in my account is I've actually created a templated task list. So when I go to my templates, I can see I've got a task list here. Now, predecessor tasks and tasks within Trak can be templated. If you've got a job where things happen all the time, you can template these for the vast majority. You can add more to it, or you can just build a templated list based on a job in the job as well. So in this task template, you'll see that I've got an installation of a shed. Okay. When I look at this task list, you can see there's a few differences than a normal task list. So number one is I've got my days after first date. Okay, so this means that when I drop this task list in and I put a start date on it, all of these tasks will drop onto my task calendar based on the days after my first date. So if I drop in, today's date, then tomorrow will be the site inspection. 2 days later will be material delivery. 3 days after that is a pre-start. I can see my task list going on. The other component to this, which is really important, is that you can either allocate each task to a user or team, or if you don't know who that user or team is going to be, you can allocate it to a user role. Now, this means that once you've dropped your task list onto a job, if I choose a supervisor and put them onto that job, any of these supervisor tasks will automatically be allocated to them. And that goes the same with my users or contractors or admin or whatever it is that's relevant to me. Okay. The last part of this is that we've got predecessor tasks. So this simply means that all of these tasks are linked together. So if I get halfway through this job, I've done the site inspection, I've done the material delivery, I've done the pre-start, I've done my excavation of footings, but all of a sudden it rains for 3 days and I can't pour the footings. And I need to move this task. That means that if I move this task, all of the tasks below it will move out by my set days automatically. It means that I don't have to go to one task and move another task and move another task and move another task to try and keep things linked together. They're all linked by these predecessors, which means that they will be able to move together in the system. Okay. So this is a really important part. You can create your task list, set them as due days apart, and you can then allocate them to certain user groups in the future, or you can link them together. Okay. Now I'm going to go to a job once again that we started on earlier. I'm going to drop these tasks on. Okay, so at the moment, I've got no users on this job. I've got nothing really in particular in this job, but I'm going to go down to my tasks tab and I'm going to choose to grab my installation of a shed. Okay, I'm going to put my tasks here. I'm going to start this job tomorrow. Okay, so you'll notice straight away that I've got this date in. So all of my recurring dates are coming 18, 19, 20, 20, 23, 24, 25, 20, 30, 31, the 3rd. You've got all these different tasks that you can manage in the system and they've dropped into the platform. Okay, I'm going to add those tasks to the job. So now I can see that all of these tasks have been added to the job, which is great. They're all sitting there in the system. Okay. Now, if I was to go into my user list on this job and I wanted to add a user to this job, okay, I can add Bob Brown or I can add Rita Stevens to the job. So I'm going to add Rita because she's a supervisor. Okay. I'm going to add Rita to the job. Rita will automatically get allocated all of the tasks that are part of the supervisor role. Okay, so if I head down to my task list, I can see that now my supervisor roles, Rita's already been allocated to, and she's already been notified, and they're already sitting on her dashboard. So she knows that she's now got to deal with these tasks on this job, which is really important. So now I've got these tasks sitting in the system. I know that they're ready to go. I know who needs to do them, and that's great. I can see a list of them. Okay, like a normal task list, I can mark them as complete. I can edit them. I can change them or reassign them. It's easy to do. I can create more tasks and slot them into this list if something pops up and bolt them together as well. So it's really flexible. But the other really important part of this that we've got is that this is also going to show on my task calendar. So in the Trak platform, you've got your tasks and your task calendar so that you can see what is happening with all of your jobs. So I can see here, for example, that I've got my site inspection for 65 Main Street, Greensboro. I can see that I've got my material delivery, my pre-start confirmation, my excavation of footings and inspections. I'm pouring my footings. I've got my box up slab, strip. All of these details for the one job are all showing here on my task list, which is fantastic. Okay, I can look at them in more detail, exactly the same way as I would on my normal job calendar. I can see the job, I can see the client, I can see the details. I can mark them as complete, I can notify people, or I can reassign them from here. So what I'm going to do is just have a look at this task here. I'm going to actually change this task because it's rained. I'm going to actually move this task out to the 27th of October. Okay, I'm then going to save that in the system. Okay, so when I do that, I can see now that it has automatically pushed out all of my other tasks that are associated to this. So then I can move into next month and see that all of my remaining tasks are added to the system. So this enables us to get a full oversight of exactly what is happening on the jobs. I can see the details of them, who's allocated to them. I can manage them in the system. So the task calendar may be a great way for you to have recurring tasks or scheduled tasks on the system. One of the good things about this task calendar as well is that once a task has been marked as complete, so if I mark this task as complete and it's done, okay, all done, you can notify people if you want them to be notified, but you can mark it as complete. It will then remove that task from your task calendar so that only outstanding tasks are showing. Obviously, you've got the capabilities here to filter this out by dates or ranges or jobs or selected jobs or teams or users or whatever it is that you want. But this is a great way to stay on top of all of your pending tasks that are in your system linked together in the platform. If I view this job in more detail, once again, I can see on my activity feed that my task has been completed. I can go to my task list in the system and I can see what tasks are outstanding and I can see what tasks have been completed. Okay, so this gives me a full overview of everything that's happening. I can see all of my outstanding tasks and where my tasks have been done, who they were done by, what dates they were done, did I meet my target. So this is a great way to stay on top of all of your details in a job. Once again, they can be templated, they can be linked, they can be separate. There's your own calendar view for this. If you'd like to know more about tasks, the task calendar, predecessor task, please feel free to reach out to our team by going to our support desk in the bottom right hand side or contacting us at contact@trak.co. Thank you very much.